All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Heartland Championship Wrestling. My name is Dave Little, and we are coming to you live from the Dave Cave with action from the Atlantic Wrestling Federation, brought to you by the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network. We are here tonight in the city of Orlando at the Orlando Sports Stadium with 4 great televised matches for you tonight as we say hello to first in line Al Red Sox fan. Neil Lau is with us and Jeff Stafford. So welcome one and all to tonight's activities. Our main event tonight will be a number 1 contenders match for the NWA World Tag Team Championship, pitting 2 very popular brother combinations, Rick and Scotty Steiner against David and Kerry Von Erich. The winner gets the next shot at the Midnight Express for the Tag Team Championships. And of course, the Steiner brothers, most recently the former World Tag Team Champions, losing to the Midnight Express. And if they want to get another shot at the gold, they need to get by David and Kerry Von Erich here tonight in Orlando, as we welcome Derek Bauman just in time. We kicked off the non-televised portion of the show with a couple of matches earlier this evening. A couple of disappointing debuts in the Heartland as Tough Tony Bourne made his Heartland debut, losing to the Hall of Fame legend Tom Jenkins. Jenkins with the pinfall victory after a body lift and slam. The team of Bad Company, B-A-double-D Company, Pat Tanaka and Paul Diamond also tasted defeat in their Heartland debut, losing to another set of former World Tag Team Champions Tony Gurria and Larry Zbyszko. Gurria getting the submission victory over Paul Diamond by way of the abdominal stretch. The Nature Boy Ric Flair was up next, and he got a victory over Antonio Inoki with a matchbook pin, which may or may not have been assisted by the ropes, with one or both feet of Ric Flair gaining additional leverage to score the pinfall victory in controversial fashion over the Japanese legend Antonio Inoki. And just before we came to air, it was the Battle of the Big Men. One-man gang taking on Big John Studd. Big John Studd with Bobby the Brain Heenan. Heenan could do nothing but sit by and watch as Big John Studd counted the lights after the 747 splash from the one-man gang. And with that victory, the one-man gang moves on to a number 1 contenders match for the Atlantic Wrestling Federation. He'll meet the the greatly undersized George Tragos. It will be Tragos versus one-man gang for the next shot at the current Atlantic Heavyweight Champion. And of course, the current Atlantic Heavyweight Champion is none other than Frank Gotch, who we will see in action tonight, defending his title against Terry Bam Bam Gordy. All right, so that is going to set the show for tonight. Thank you one and all for coming by for tonight's action. Let's get ready to rumble. Ladies and gentlemen, the opening contest tonight will be a tag team matchup. One fall with a 45-minute time limit. Disqualification rules will be in effect. Introducing first, team number 1. Standing at 5'11", weighing 262 pounds, out of Tokyo, Japan, this is Mr. Saito. And his tag team partner hails from Osaka, Japan. Standing at 5'10", weighing 258 pounds, this is Mr. Fuji. So the tag team of Fuji and Saito ready for action against their opponents. First, coming to the ring at 5'9", 210 pounds, out of El Paso, Texas, this is Chavo Guerrero Jr. And his tag team partner comes to you also from El Paso, Texas. Standing at 5'8", weighing 228 pounds, this is Eddie Guerrero. So Eddie and Chavo, uncle and nephew respectively, taking on Mr. Fuji and Mr. Saito in our opening tag team match here tonight from the Dave Cave. And as we open things up, it will be Chavo, the nephew, starting off against Mr. Saito. These teams do have some history, and tonight the schedule makers put them back together again in the ring for another go at it. As Chavo and Saito come together in the center of the ring, and it will be Saito taking the initiative with a headlock takedown. And Chavo is down, and Saito is on him. Saito now goes up to the second rope and comes off with a hard chop. Jumping off of the second turnbuckle, and Chavo is stunned by that. Another big second rope chop, and Saito has taken control. In comes Mr. Fuji for the double team. And on a roll of 11, that's going to be a botch. You and your partner toss the opponent into the ropes for a double clothesline, but instead, he ducks under and comes back and clotheslines both of you. Opponent rolls on level 3 offense. So Chavo alertly ducks out of the double team. Saito and Fuji collide. Saito, the legal man remaining in the ring, as Chavo is going to prevent Saito from crawling out of the ring. And instead it is going to be Chavo with a whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes Mr. Saito, and on a roll of 7, that is a running back elbow from Chavo that takes Saito back down to the canvas. Chavo follows that up with another whip to the ropes and another running back elbow that stuns Mr. Saito. Now Eddie's going to come into the ring. We'll see if the Guerreros have any better luck on the double team. And on a roll of 7, it is Chavo holding Saito while Eddie comes off with a running forearm smash. Eddie now the legal man in the ring and in control for the Guerrero team. What's Eddie going to do? Eddie is going to go with a whip to the turnbuckle. No choice about this one. Saito with that turnbuckle A rating. And on a roll of 7, it is Saito with the reversal. So it's Eddie now going into the turnbuckle. And on a roll of 9, it is a big kick by Mr. Saito that stuns Eddie Guerrero as David Cheslinski joins us. Saito now back in control, and he is going to go with an Oriental leg sweep. He's going to go for the cover. The pin roll here is 3, and on a roll of 4, Eddie just kicked his way out. Wow. Near fall there for Saito off of that Oriental leg sweep. Saito now with a chance to do some damage, and he is going to send Eddie out of the ring and down to the arena floor. Eddie on the arena floor, and on a roll of 9, it will be Saito winning the brawl on the arena floor and ramming the back of Eddie Guerrero into the ring apron. Saito and Fuji now going to try another double team. We'll see if they have better luck this time. And they do not have better luck this time. On a roll of 12, it is another failed attempt at a double clothesline and another collision between Fuji and Saito. That's going to put Eddie in control. And Eddie is again going to prevent Saito from escaping the ring. And this time Eddie is going to go with a big back suplex that's going to put Saito down onto the canvas. Eddie now maintains control with a helo dive. And again, stunning Mr. Saito. Saito still staggering to his feet as Eddie comes at him again, this time with another whip to the turnbuckle. But on a roll of 6, it is Eddie charging into the turnbuckle haphazardly. Saito catches him with a big knee to the head and stuns Eddie. Eddie stuns Saito now coming at him with a trapezius grip, trying to weaken his man. And Eddie able to make the tag. Saito will also make the tag. 2 fresh men into the match for their respective teams. And it will be Fuji taking the initiative and catching Chavo in a front face lock choke. Fuji attempting that chokehold. Chavo with the reversal. Chavo comes back and takes Fuji down with a double leg takedown, followed up by a big gory bomb. that puts Fuji down on the mat. Fuji crawling over to make the tag, unable to get there. CHAVO now with a chance to do some damage. And he is going to go for a spear tackle. This is a choice D maneuver. Choice D. So he can hit this on a 8 or lower with level 3 effectiveness. And on a roll of 8, he nailed it. And Fuji is hurt. Fuji stunned by that maneuver. CHAVO maintains control with a big back suplex, putting Fuji back down to the canvas again. Bear 805 joins us as CHAVO hits the basement drop kick. Actually, on the tag match, a double team basement drop kick, and that is going to cost Mr. Fuji a point of fatigue. Fuji is down. Eddie now the legal man in the ring after the double team move, and Eddie with the lasso from El Paso, submission style maneuver there. Fuji is, he's going to go for the finish on a roll of 4 or lower. And on a roll of 5, Fuji just manages to escape. Wow, Fuji in trouble here. And now CHAVO comes back in for another double team. And on a roll of 8, it is an awesome double neck breaker delivered by the Guerreros. And Fuji down yet again. Now it's CHAVO with a chance to finish the deal. CHAVO goes with the brain buster. Didn't get all of it. Fuji slowly trying to work his way back to his feet. CHAVO stays on him. And again, they hit the double basement dropkick. And again, that costs Fuji another point of fatigue. Can he crawl away and make the tag? He can. And now SAITO coming back into the ring as Fuji took some serious damage there on the double teams. SAITO now coming in against CHAVO. Whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes CHAVO. And on a roll of 8, it is another big kick by Mr. SAITO that stuns CHAVO. Bear 805 joining us for tonight's opening tag team contest. As SAITO comes with another big chop to the chest. CHAVO stunned by that. He's going to return fire. CHAVO with a big drop kick that sends SAITO staggering. CHAVO is going to follow that up with another whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes Mr. SAITO. On a roll of 6, that is the drop down. SAITO coming off the other way. And on a roll of 10, it is a running double clothesline. Both men go down. The first man to his feet will be the man with the better ring rating, with the better ropes rating, and that will be CHAVO. CHAVO with a chance to do some damage here. He is going to go for the spear tackle once again on a chart roll of D. He will need 7 or lower to hit that. And on a roll of 7, he nailed the running spear. And SAITO is stunned. CHAVO stays on him. Another double team basement dropkick. Boy, the Guerreros are getting it done with those double teams here. And now it is Eddie in control. Eddie with a big back suplex. SAITO powers his way out of the attempted back suplex. And instead, it is SAITO with an oriental leg sweep that takes Eddie back down to the canvas. Good reversal there by Mr. SAITO. SAITO taking control. And SAITO is going to pull Eddie up off of the canvas and take him right back down with a headlock. Guerrero slips out of that. Reversal. Tried for the gory special. That's a power move on Eddie's chart. And he can't get that done against the stronger Mr. SAITO. SAITO back in control with another big chop to the chest. Eddie's going to fire right back. And Eddie now with a Hurricane Rana takes SAITO over and down to the canvas. Nice reversal there by Eddie. What's Eddie going to do now? He's going to go for a helo dive, and that puts SAITO down. SAITO is down. Eddie with a chance now to do some more damage. He is going to go up for the death jump. This could be good for Eddie. SAITO a C rating on the death jump chart, and on a roll of 7, it is a missile dropkick delivered by Eddie that puts SAITO back down to the canvas. Here comes CHAVO for the double team, and on a roll of 6, it is a bone-crunching double clothesline delivered by Team Guerrero, and SAITO down yet again. And now CHAVO is going to take his turn to go up for the death jump. And on a roll of 6, it is CHAVO who nails a big flying elbow smash off of the top rope. SAITO is down. Another double team coming up here. And this time on a roll of 10, it is a deadly elbow smash delivered by Eddie Guerrero off of the double team. The Guerreros getting their teamwork together here against Mr. Saito as Eddie now hits him with a Hurricane Rana. Saito is down. And it's going to be Eddie's turn to go up for the death jump. And this time on a roll of 7, Eddie with a big missile drop kick once again off of the top turnbuckle. Tag back into CHAVO. Another awesome bone-crunching double clothesline delivered by Team Guerrero. CHAVO now in control. CHAVO going up for another death jump. Saito is pretty much helpless here. Oh, but on a roll of 3, it is Saito who catches CHAVO in midair, rolls him up for the cover. The pin roll here 4 or lower, and on a roll of 4, he may get him. Eddie with a chance to make the pin save. Can't get there. And how about that? Just like that, Mr. Saito takes the victory after being dominated by the Guerreros, but the Guerreros just didn't have the power to put Saito down. And Saito caught caught CHAVO coming off of the turnbuckle and rolled him over and pinned him off of the failed death jump attempt. So Mr. Saito and Mr. Fuji are your winners. Saito getting the pin over CHAVO after rolling through an attempted death jump. And your winners in tonight's opening contest, the team of Fuji and Saito. How about that? Surprising turn of events there as the Guerreros seem to have all the momentum. But the power of Saito was able to find the opening to reverse that death jump by CHAVO and put him down for the 3 count. All right, ladies and gentlemen, your next contest is a steel cage grudge match. Salvador America joining us here. Welcome to you, CHAVO, my friend. Wasn't able to get on the channel last week. I had a nasty cold and a cough. Took me a week to get over that bad boy. So yeah, I did not have the vocal capabilities between the cough and the hoarseness to get live last week. But if you were here on the channel 2 weeks ago, you were able to see our last hype show. The WWE has gone from hype show, from pay-per-views to, what do they call them in WWE? A premium live event. So instead of premium live event, we have Heartland YouTube production events. That is a hype show. Our last hype show took place 2 weeks ago. And during that show, we saw Blackjack Mulligan's challenge for the Atlantic Heavyweight Championship. And that challenge was interrupted by outside interference from Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff. And tonight, those two are going to go at it in the steel cage. Ladies and gentlemen, your following contest is scheduled for one fall to a finish, and will be conducted inside the steel cage with no time limit and no disqualification. Introducing first, out of Tampa, Florida, standing at 6 foot tall, weighing 258 pounds, this is Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff. And his opponent comes to you from Eagle Pass, Texas. Standing at 6'9", weighing 340 pounds, this is Blackjack Mulligan. So Blackjack Mulligan and Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff, no love lost between these two. It was Mulligan defeating Orndorff by disqualification to earn that title shot. And Orndorff took it upon himself to interfere in that title match, costing Mulligan his shot at the title. And now these two squaring off in Orlando, not far down the road from Paul Orndorff's hometown. But even the hometown fans here in Florida not happy with the antics of one Paul Orndorff in recent weeks. Come on, Blackjack, says Salvador America. As we go to the grudge match dice, the black and white dice used for grudge matches in the Heartland. And the initial roll is tied, which means we go to the Face to the Mat Highlight Center booklet to see what kind of shenanigans will go down between Orndorff and Mulligan. And this is a steel cage match. And it will be Orndorff rolling on the steel cage match chart with a roll of 6-3. Is the wrestler mean? Yes, Orndorff is the mean one. Wrestler grinds opponent's face into the cage. So a sneak attack by Orndorff, grinding the face of Blackjack Mulligan into the cage. And that will cost Mulligan a point of fatigue before we even get things started on the sneak attack. Orndorff up to no good right away, and now he is going to go up for the death jump. Mulligan has been staggered. Orndorff going up to the top turnbuckle and coming off, and on a roll of 10, Blackjack Mulligan tries to get him down. This goes to the agility rating, and of course, Paul Orndorff by far the better athlete between these two. Mulligan with the power advantage, but Orndorff, by virtue of his agility, is able to kick Blackjack Mulligan away and maintain control of this match. And now it is Orndorff with a back suplex that puts Mulligan back down onto the canvas. Orndorff follows that up with a big forearm drop. Forearm drop delivered by Paul Orndorff. We saw that move many times in his televised matches back in the day. Orndorff coming back now with a running elbow to the head. Blackjack Mulligan is still stunned. He hasn't gotten over that opening sneak attack. As Orndorff now follows up with a whip to the turnbuckle. Mark Ferguson joining us for tonight's grudge match as the whip to the turnbuckle goes down, and it is a big kick delivered by Paul Orndorff that stuns Blackjack Mulligan. Mulligan still hasn't gotten any offense going yet. Orndorff stays on him with a big, high hanging, stalling vertical suplex. Show of strength there by Mr. Wonderful as he plants Blackjack Mulligan on the canvas. Repeated stomps delivered by Orndorff, and now Mulligan just grabs Orndorff by the tights and runs Orndorff into the turnbuckle. Mulligan now taking control, and Mulligan delivering a series of clubbing forearms to Orndorff in the corner. Orndorff fires back, attempts a big drop kick, but Mulligan is able to swat that one away. And it is Mulligan coming back with a big running stomp to the head, but Orndorff dodges the stomp to the head. The big boot is dodged by Orndorff. These two men know each other very well. They know each other's moves. They have been down this road time and time again. And another big vertical suplex by Orndorff puts Mulligan back down onto the canvas. Repeated stomps by Orndorff, trying to stomp a mud hole in him and walk it dry. Orndorff now with a big running elbow to the head. Blackjack Mulligan fires back and just goes to the rake of the eyes. Mulligan raking at the eyes of Paul Orndorff. And now an arm drag executed by Mulligan to put Orndorff back on the mat in the center of the ring. Orndorff scrambling to his feet. Mulligan's on him. Whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes Paul Orndorff, and on a roll of 9, it is a big boot by Mulligan, catching Paul Orndorff in the abdomen, doubling him over. Mulligan now in control and is just going to grab Orndorff in a blatant claw choke. Choking him. Got that claw around the neck of Orndorff. What's Orndorff going to do? Orndorff is going to attempt to escape this with a kick to the face. And he is able to score a boot to the midsection, a knee to the midsection, followed by a kick to the face. Mulligan is stunned. Orndorff comes back at him with a series of right-hand punches, wailing away. And Orndorff now with a running elbow to the head. Once again, these two have only used the cage at the very beginning, but since then they've just been content to stand in the center of the ring and go toe-to-toe and blow for blow. Another big vertical suplex by Blackjack Mulligan, executed by Orndorff on Mulligan. And Mulligan is down. And Orndorff again going to go up to the top rope. And oh, this time on a roll of 4, Mulligan caught him. Mulligan caught him and tossed him down to the center of the ring. Orndorff now on the canvas. Mulligan in control, and Mulligan with a big trapezius claw, trying to weaken those massive trapezius muscles of Orndorff. Mulligan stays on him and now shifts again to the chokehold. Orndorff tries to break free of that, hits him with an elbow smash. Follows that up with more of those repeated stomps, but again, Mulligan gets to his feet, and it's Mulligan with a big lariat out of nowhere that takes Orndorff back down to the canvas. Mulligan now in control. Mulligan running the face of Mr. Wonderful into the cage. Running the face of Orndorff into the cage, and Orndorff now staggering to his feet. Whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes Orndorff, and Mulligan nails him with a running back elbow. Mulligan following that up with more clubbing forearms. These two men just battering each other. Big boot to the face delivered by Mulligan. Orndorff tries to stand his ground. Mulligan now with another whip to the ropes. Orndorff coming off the ropes. Mulligan drops down the other way. And Orndorff comes off this time and is going to try for a roll-up. Orndorff with a pull of the tights. He can get a pin roll here on 3 or lower, and on a roll of 5 almost got him. Orndorff went to the subterfuge that time. And Orndorff now with a short arm clothesline stuns Blackjack Mulligan. Jim Lawrence, referee James Lawrence, joining us here. Another big vertical suplex delivered by Paul Orndorff. Determined to use Mulligan's weight against him at those 340 pounds, crashing down to the canvas. Orndorff now continues with repeated stomps to the body of Blackjack Mulligan. Right hand punches delivered by Orndorff. Mulligan staggering to get to his feet. Another big vertical suplex by Orndorff, and Mulligan goes down once again. And now it's going to be Orndorff with the jumping pile driver. He's going to go for the cover. The pin roll here 6 or lower, and on a roll of 8, Mulligan able to get free. But Mulligan now has been busted open after that jumping pile driver. A trickle of blood appearing on the forehead of Blackjack Mulligan. Another back suplex delivered by Orndorff. Followed up by a whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes Mulligan. And oh, on a roll of 12, it is an incredible neck-breaking clothesline delivered by Paul Orndorff. That puts Blackjack Mulligan down. Orndorff going back to another big back suplex. Mulligan digging deep, trying to get to his feet. Orndorff stays on him. Another big vertical suplex, another cover. The pin roll here 5 or lower, and on a roll of 8, Mulligan kicks out again. Mulligan is weakening but will not stay down as Orndorff comes at him with a short arm clothesline. Orndorff follows that up with a running elbow to the head. Blackjack Mulligan barely able to keep his feet. Whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes Mulligan, and Mulligan explodes off of the turnbuckle with a running elbow to the head, followed by a smash to the face of the cage. And Orndorff now has been weakened. Mulligan now is going to go for the Blackjack Claw. This is his submission move. He needs 4 or lower to force a submission, and on a roll of 3, he got him. So just like that, a bloodied Blackjack Mulligan explodes off of the turnbuckle, nails Paul Orndorff with a running lariat, followed by a face to the cage, followed by the Blackjack Claw, and Paul Orndorff succumbs to the effects of the Blackjack Claw. Concerned about the health of some of the starters early on. They must be talking baseball. The Sox, okay. I'm concerned about the health of Paul Orndorff and Blackjack Mulligan after that match. But yes, baseball season is upon us. Today was the first set of exhibition games. Didn't hear the Didn't see any results, but I did read on MLB.com today that my favorite baseball player in 2025, the one and only Elly De La Cruz, in his first exhibition game today, homered from both sides of the plate. How do you like that, sports fans? All right, Blackjack Mulligan is your winner in the grudge match. By way of the Blackjack Claw. Orndorff refusing to submit, but after the claw was applied, Orndorff went non-responsive. The referee raised the arm once, twice, 3 times, and that ended it for Mr. Wonderful. Blackjack Mulligan gets the victory there. So congratulations to Blackjack for, he didn't get the Atlantic Heavyweight title, but he got a measure of revenge against the man who cost him that belt. JT 2.0 is here. The greatest JT of all time is with us now in the chat, along with Salvador America, Mark Ferguson, our Red Sox fan, saying hello to everybody. So yeah, thank you, gang. We got 2 matches down, 2 to go, and 2 very important matches coming up here next. As I take a short pause for a drink, get the voice restored, and ready for tonight's next contest. All right, since we're at the midpoint of the show, we'll take a few minutes to chat it up with the folks in the chat room. Always interested to hear what you all are doing on the tabletop and what other projects you have going on. In addition to my Saturday wrestling broadcasts, I am in full swing for my Draft League Stratomatic basketball. That takes up a lot of my time between November and May, so I don't have a whole lot of time for side projects. But I did come across something that I could not resist this week, and that is the I've run across a guy named Jason Flash Football on YouTube. Great guy, great channel. I was actually pointed there by our mutual friend Brock Riblet. Brock Riblet told me I needed to check out Jason Flash Football. Jason Flash Football has created an ingenious gaming system that he calls Big Country Sports. Big Country Sports is one book that contains, I think, about 6 or 8 different sports games that you can play. And based upon the inspiration of Jason Flash Football and the Big Country Sports, I am going to create my own fictitious sports universe. It's going to be conducted in small towns I shouldn't say small towns, medium-sized towns in the greater Midwest. I've picked 6 cities in Ohio. I've picked 4 cities in Wisconsin and 2 in nearby Iowa and Illinois. So 12 cities altogether, divided north and south. And each of those cities is going to field a team in each of the sports, and it's going to be all the same players. So the same fictitious guy who may be the quarterback of the football team may also be involved in an auto race, may also be involved in a boxing match or something. I haven't decided on all of the sports yet. I'm also going to integrate a couple of women's sports. The basketball is going to be played by women, and I think I'm going to do hockey or something else on the women, so there'll be about 4 men's sports and 2 women's sports. But the cast of characters will all be the same. So if somebody on the basketball court tears an ACL, they're going to be out for baseball season too. So yeah, all kinds of possibilities here. Just still waiting for the book to come. I've got several work trips coming up over the next few months, and that's going to be my entertainment on my work trips, is to take the Big Country Sports universe with me and see what I can do with the epic community sports universe, we'll call it. So we'll create some dudes. We'll have them play football. We'll have them play whatever other sports come in the big country book. We'll get some ladies' fictitious leagues going. I've already started a fictitious basketball league just on my tabletop using a set of WNBA or ladies basketball teams I've created. Funny thing happened this week. A lot of the fictitious names I used for my WNBA basketball stars are some of the women that I work with. And so during my lunch break, I was rolling a game, and sure enough, one of the fictitious characters who was fashioned after a woman I work with made the winning basket in the basketball game. And then later that day, as I was walking to a meeting, who do I run across but this same young lady coming the other way? And we just sort of passed each other in the hallways, and I almost stopped her and said, you just made a great shot in my tabletop basketball game, fictitious, on my computer during the lunch break, and didn't quite go there, but it was kind of an amusing event that happened this week. Thank you, Jason Flash Football. Who knows? I may have a football team quarterbacked by Salvador America. I may have Al Red Sox fan as a starting pitcher. Haven't decided exactly what I'm going to do, but I am going to have some fun with my epic community sports universe in the weeks and months to come, courtesy of Big Country Sports, brought to you by Jason Flash Football. So yeah, check that out. Jason did an introductory video this week, so you can check that out. Go to I think Lulu is the name of the website where he self-publishes his user guide. So my order is in, and I am anxiously awaiting the coming of the Epic Sports Universe. After starting up a little basketball league on the desktop and enjoying that during my lunch breaks at work. So now, that having been said, let's get to our next contest with some wrestling. Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall with a 60-minute time limit. It is for the Atlantic Heavyweight Championship. Disqualification rules will be in effect in this one. Introducing first the challenger. He hails from Chattanooga, Tennessee, weighing standing at 6'5", weighing 289 pounds. He is a former Atlantic Heavyweight Champion. This is Terry Bam Bam Gordy. And his opponent is your reigning and defending Atlantic Heavyweight Champion, coming to you from Humboldt, Iowa. He stands at 5'11". He weighs 208 pounds. This is Frank Gotch. So it is Frank Gotch against Terry Bam Bam Gordy, with the Atlantic Heavyweight Championship on the line. And it was Gotch who defeated Gordy to win this championship. Gordy, the way more powerful of the two men. But Gotch has the agility. He's got the technical prowess. He's got some brutal submission moves, a reverse Nelson, and the Gotch toe hold, which was the move that took the title for him in the first place. David Cheslinski weighing in on Big Country Time Sports. Yeah, fun sports universe there. There sure is a lot there. Enjoy it. I plan to. So Gotch versus Gordy is what we're going to enjoy here next. And it is Terry Gordy winning the opening initiative role. Oops, wrong dice. Got to get the championship dice here. The black and gold championship dice. As Terry Gordy now comes out against his man, forearm to the chest. That's a power move. Gordy, by far the more powerful of the two men, slams his forearm across the chest of Frank Gotch, and that is exactly what Gordy's going to need to do. He's going to need to use his power and his brawling and striking abilities to counteract the agility and treachery and the technical wizardry of Frank Gotch. Gordy now in control, going with thought about a whip to the turnbuckle, Gotch with the turnbuckle A rating. Gordy's going to roll up instead and just go with a big right-hand punch. Punch to the side of the head. 2 5-star athletes going for a major championship. Says Salvador America. It is Gordy in control with the double knee drop. He's got Gotch down. He needs to do his damage while he can. Gotch getting to his feet. And Gordy again coming back at him, this time attempting a knee lift. That's an agility move. And Gotch is able to sidestep that. Gotch on the offensive now with a series of punches. And he's got a choice C maneuver coming up. He's going to go for a moonsault. He needs a roll of 7 or lower to hit it. And on a roll of 7, Gotch hits the moonsault. And Gordy is staggered. Gordy getting back to his feet. Gotch getting to his feet. Gotch with a headlock and trip attempt. Gordy is not going to go down for that. And Gordy instead tries another knee lift. Gotch dodges that. Here we go again with a big headbutt delivered by Frank Gotch. And Gordy takes a step back. Gotch comes at him with a crossface and an arm bar. Gotch taking him down. Gordy gets back up to one knee, powering his way through the arm bar. And now it is Gotch who's going to go for that moonsault again on 7 or lower, but on a roll of 8. It is Gordy who is able to intervene, prevent the moonsault, and it is Gordy coming back with a big back suplex instead. That puts Gotch back down onto the canvas. Terry Gordy follows that up with a big lariat. He got all of that one. And Gotch goes down. That's going to cost him a point of fatigue. But no pin roll yet. The pin roll would have been 1, so now the pin roll will be 2. And Gordy now is going to throw Gotch out of the ring. And again, this will play to Gordy's strength. Gordy an A-rated brawler, Gotch a B on the outside. And on the arena floor, it is Gordy winning the brawl with a diving clothesline off of the ring apron. That 5-star athletic ability in effect. As Gordy puts Gotch down on the arena floor, Gotch struggling to get back into the ring, where Gordy is waiting, and Gordy's going to pitch him right back out of the ring a second time. And again, it is Gordy winning the brawl on the arena floor and just dropping Gotch throat first across the security railing. Wow, Gordy doing everything he needs to do to keep control here against Frank Gotch. And Gordy now is going to go for the power bomb. That's a +2 finisher. The pin roll here will be 4 or lower. And on a roll of 4, he got him just like that. Wow. An explosive series of moves by Terry Gordy. A big back suplex, a throat drop onto the security railing on the arena floor. And no sooner did Gotch make his way back into the ring than Gordy got him with the power bomb and pinned him cleanly. And so it is Terry Gordy regaining the Atlantic Heavyweight Championship tonight here in Orlando. The fans with mixed feelings about that. Gordy has been wrestling pretty much on the babyface side of the card in his Atlantic Wrestling Federation run. So he now regains the Atlantic Heavyweight Champion with the power bomb, and that will set up with the power bomb, power bomb, and so that will set up a 2 out of 3 falls showdown to take place next month. And we will have that again live on the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network. The next time it is time for the Atlantic Wrestling Federation to make their return to the airwaves. So yeah, the way my federations work is that I have 4 territories, including Heartland Ladies Wrestling, so 3 men's territories and a ladies territory, because women athletes deserve love too. And so I run each series of matches. I do a 4-week cycle. I do Wednesdays and Saturdays. So in each cycle, each of the territories gets a Wednesday night and a Saturday night. And it's the Saturday night where I go live on the channel. And then at the completion of a 4-week cycle, we have a pay-per-view. In the March pay-per-view will not be involved with Atlantic Wrestling Federation. It will be, again, we cycle those. So the pay-per-view this month will be Patriot Championship Wrestling and Heartland Ladies Wrestling joining forces for the pay-per-view. So it'll actually be early April by the time AWF hits the airwaves again, and it will be GORDY and GOTCH in a 2 out of 3 falls showdown at that time. Hope that makes sense. What we will see in the March pay-per-view will be a match for the NWA World Tag Team Champions. The Midnight Express, the Tag Team Champions, will be on the upcoming Hype show, and they will be facing the winner of tonight's main event. Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is a number 1 contenders match for the NWA World Tag Team Championship. This match will be 1 fall with no time limit. Disqualification rules will be in effect, as this match does have championship stipulations. I do not expect that we'll see a whole lot of shenanigans in this match, because both these teams are good guys, baby faces, fan favorites, call them what you will. And both sets of tag team combinations are brothers. Introducing first, team number 1, at a total combined weight of 494 pounds, out of Denton County, Texas. It is David and Kerry Von Erich, the Von Erich brothers. Getting a nice round of applause here in Orlando, as they are your current reigning Atlantic Tag Team Champions. But they're not defending those belts here tonight, as they have a shot at the world titles if they can get past their opponents here tonight. At a total combined weight of 525 pounds, out of Bay City, Michigan, it is Scotty and Rick, the Steiner brothers. So the Steiner brothers to take on the Von Erich brothers tonight with the NWA World Tag Team Championship match on the line. The winner will go on to face the Midnight Express at this month's Hype event in Philadelphia. It will be Scotty Steiner starting things off for his team against David Von Erich. Handshakes all around as these two teams get ready to go at it. The Steiner, both bootlegs. Both of these are sets of bootlegs. The Steiner brothers, I believe, came from the Olsen brothers, the syndicate that they used to have to put. I think both these were created by the Olsen brothers and their group. Yeah, 2017 was the year that the Steiner brothers were released. 2018 for the Von Erichs. So yeah, I believe it was the duo of Chad and Corey Olsen, along with Tim Dalton and Stu Lowry, who worked on the stats for these, and of course the art done by the one and only, the incomparable Werner Muke, who does all of the great stuff for the Filsinger Games bootleg universe. Good dude, like Werner a lot. But here we go. The opening initiative role is won by Scotty Steiner. So Scotty to square off against David, and Scotty comes out with an attempt at a hip lock. That is a power move, and he is successful in getting that done. Scotty with the advantage in both agility and power over David Von Erich. Scotty follows that up with a drop kick. And again, David refusing to go down. As Scotty stays in control, Scotty now with a fireman's carry takedown. Got David back down to the canvas. David reaches over and makes the tag to brother Kerry. And it is Kerry now, the fresh man in the ring, as Scotty was unable to accomplish anything against David. Kerry now coming in with an arm drag that takes Scotty down to the canvas. Kerry follows that up with a whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes Scotty Steiner, and on a roll of 8, it is a big kick by Kerry Von Erich that stuns Scotty Steiner. Kerry follows that up now with another whip to the turnbuckle. Scotty coming off the turnbuckle again, and this time on a roll of 4, It is Kerry charging into the turnbuckle, and Scotty caught him. Scotty caught him with a skull-splitting running lariat. As Kerry was coming in, Scotty now takes over. And Kerry is hurt. Scotty now in control once again. He's going to go for a forearm shot. This is a choice B maneuver. So that will either be an agility roll of 7 or lower, or a whip to the turnbuckle on turnbuckle A. So we'll go for the agility roll 7 or lower, and on a roll of 6, Scotty is able to hit the forearm shot. But Kerry is going to fire right back, and Kerry comes back and catches a headlock. Scotty trying to reach over and make the tag to brother Rick, cannot get there as Kerry holds the headlock. And Kerry now follows that up and converts that into a full Nelson. Scotty again going to try and make the tag, again unsuccessful in doing so as Kerry holds that full Nelson. What's Kerry going to do now? Another whip to the turnbuckle. And off the turnbuckle comes Scotty, and again, it is a skull-splitting running lariat delivered by Scotty Steiner that takes Kerry back down to the canvas. And Kerry now is staggered. Scotty in control. Scotty with a belly-to-belly suplex. Taking Kerry back down to the mat yet again. Scotty follows that up with another attempt at a forearm shot. He needs 7 or lower to connect on that. And this time on a roll of 11, Kerry blocks the attempted forearm shot. And it's Kerry with a flying leg lock that takes Scotty down to the canvas. Scotty still not able to get over to brother Rick and make the tag. Kerry now in control. Kerry with a series of overhead rights. Scotty's down. Kerry's going to go for the cover. The pinroll here will be Snake Eyes. But on a roll of 10, it is Scotty who is able to kick out. Kerry in control now. What's he going to do? He's going to go for the Iron Claw. The Iron Claw has been applied. This is a 0 finisher. The submission roll here will be 3 or lower. And on a roll of 6, Scotty able to power his way out of the Iron Claw, make his way to the ropes. And that's going to give David the opportunity to come in for the double team. And on a roll of 7, it is a bone-crunching double clothesline delivered by the Von Erichs. Scotty down yet again. Scotty yet to tag in brother Rick in this match. He's been trying, but the Von Erichs have been preventing him from making the tag. And now here is David clamping on the figure 4 leg lock. Figure 4 leg lock applied by David Von Erich. Scotty makes his way over to the ropes to force the hold to be broken. But David is now going to just drop his elbow onto the injured knee of Scotty Steiner. Scotty rolls out of the way of that. Scotty with a chance to get something done. Fireman's carry takeover blocked by David. And David instead with a whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes Scotty Steiner again. And this time it is David trying a running clothesline at the turnbuckle. Scotty moves out of the way. David crashes into the turnbuckle. Scotty rolls him up for the pinfall. The pin roll here is 2. But on a roll of 10, David able to kick out. Scotty now in control. After the roll-up, Scotty now going to go for the tag team Super DDT with brother Rick. The tag has been made. Scotty's got him up on his shoulders. Rick comes off with the big DDT. They're going to make the cover. The pin roll here is 6. So Kerry's got to try a pin save. And on a roll of 5, Kerry able to make the save. But David has taken 2 points of fatigue in rapid succession here. And now Rick Steiner, finally, the legal man in the ring. He's running around the ring. He's woofing at the fans. He's woofing at midair. He's woofing at nobody in particular. And he is now ready to go for a back body drop. This is a choice C maneuver, choice C. So he will need 6 or lower to execute this back body drop. And on a roll of 10, David able to power his way out of the back body drop. And instead, it is David with a drop kick that stuns Rick Steiner. Tag made to brother Kerry. Fresh man in the ring now for both teams. Kerry comes in and goes with a big knee drop onto Rick Steiner. Can Rick make the tag? No, he cannot. Kerry still in control. Kerry coming back now with a flying leg lock. Again, Rick trying for the tag. This time he finally gets there. Rick makes the tag back to brother Scotty. And now Scotty comes in with a hip lock that takes KERRY down to the canvas. And quickly KERRY makes the tag to brother David. So just like that, the fresh guys tag out to the tired guys. And it's David and Scotty now with their respective 2 points of fatigue. And it is David attempting a big Beal throw. Not able to execute that. That's a power move. Scotty overpowers him and goes back to that forearm shot. And on a roll of 5, he nails David Von Erich across the chest with a forearm shot. And David staggers back a step or two. Scotty follows that up with a big Steiner line. David staggered. Cannot make the tag. Scotty's going to now go for another Steiner line. And this time David ducks out of the way of that one. And it is David who comes back with a big drop kick instead. David now in control. David with a spinning toe hold. Scotty making his way over to the bottom rope. David now follows that up with a whip to the, he's not going to do the whip to the ropes. Instead, he's going to roll up and do the knee lift. That stuns Scotty Steiner. Scotty still not able to make the tag. In comes KERRY for a double team. And oh, on a roll of 4, it is a devastating double team move that fits the style of your tag team. The two athletic Von Erich brothers delivering a massive double drop kick to Scotty Steiner. That's going to cost Scotty a 3rd point of fatigue. And at 3 points of fatigue now, it is time for brother Rick to try and do something about it. We go to our tag team interference chart. As Rick Steiner attempts to intervene, and on a roll of 4, it is Rick who comes in and is able to turn the tables. Dropping a big elbow on KERRY. The referee puts him out of the ring, but the damage has been done. And Scotty now is in control against KERRY. And Scotty's going to go for the Frankensteiner. He's going to go for the cover. The pin roll here is 4 or lower. And on a roll of 7, KERRY is able to kick out. Now Scotty able to legit make the tag to brother David. Or to brother Rick. These brothers don't know who to tag. Rick is now in the ring. Rick is going to go for the back body drop once again. On a roll of 6 or lower, he got him up, over, and down to the canvas. And KERRY is hurt. Rick stays on him. Rick with a whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes KERRY Von Erich. And oh, on a roll of 10, that is the wrestler with the better ropes rating taking control. Both these men are B rated off the ropes. So Rick Steiner maintains control. And Rick comes at him now. They're going to do the Steiner dog once again. It is a +3 finisher here. The pin roll now is, again, 6 or lower. So David's got to use that last pin save. He's not able to get there. And on a roll of 7, KERRY just got his left shoulder out of there. The Von Erichs have used their last pin save. And KERRY is down. Rick is in control. Rick is going to go for a belly-to-belly suplex that takes KERRY back down to the canvas. Rick follows that up with a big Steiner line. KERRY is stunned. Rick stays on him, whip to the turnbuckle. Thought better of that. KERRY's got the A rating off the turnbuckle, and instead it is a hip toss attempted by Rick Steiner, and KERRY blocks it. And instead, KERRY attempts a knee drop that stuns Rick Steiner. So KERRY with a knee to the gut. KERRY now back in control. KERRY with the abdominal stretch. Trying to force a submission here on a roll of 3 or lower. Rick powers his way out of the abdominal stretch. What's KERRY going to do now? He is going to go up for a death jump. Death jump to be attempted by KERRY Von Erich. And on a roll of 5, it is Rick Steiner who catches him. KERRY Von Erich tried to get up to the top turnbuckle. Rick Steiner caught him, and Steiner throws KERRY to the mat hard. And KERRY Von Erich hits the mat, and he is down. Steiner now with a backbreaker into a buckle ram. KERRY trying to shake that off. Steiner stays on him with a twisting power slam. KERRY to his feet. Rick's on him now with a big Steiner line. He's going to go for the cover. The pin roll now is 5 or lower. And on a roll of 9, Kerry kicks out again. The Von Erichs have used all of their pin saves. Rick is in control. Rick now with another backbreaker into a buckle ram. Kerry desperately trying to get out of the ring. Rick just bites him on the forehead. Kerry not very happy about that. As Kerry tries to hip toss Rick Steiner, but that's a power move, and Kerry is Rick is the stronger man. So Steiner instead hits him with another Steiner line. Double team coming up for the Steiner brothers. Here comes Scotty, and on an 11, it's a botch. The double team is botched. As Rick and Scotty toss Kerry into the ropes, but Kerry ducks under their clothesline attempt and comes back, and Kerry clotheslines both of the Steiner brothers down to the mat. How about that? All 4 men are worn out. My voice is worn out. Kerry is in control. Kerry now with a discus punch. He can get a finish here on a roll of 5 or lower. On a roll of 11, Rick Steiner kicks out. Kerry still in control. Kerry goes again to the discus punch. The pin roll now 6 or lower. Scotty's got to make the save. On a roll of 8, he cannot get there. But on a roll of 12, Rick able to kick out. Both teams have now expended all of their pin saves. David and Kerry going for the double team. And on a roll of 11, it is another botch. The Von Erich brothers collide, and Rick takes over. Rick pulls Kerry up to his feet. Big right hands delivered to Kerry. Can Kerry make the tag? No, he cannot. Rick Steiner with a bite to the forehead. Referee warning Rick Steiner, but all the bets are off in this match. Kerry still cannot get over to make the tag. Rick Steiner now with a twisting power slam. Here comes Scotty. They're going to try again for a double team. And on a roll of 8, finally a successful double team as Rick holds the opponent and Scotty hits him with a deadly elbow smash. Momentum seesawing back and forth. Scotty now the legal man in the ring. Scotty going to attempt a forearm shot on a roll of 6 or lower. Kerry blocks the forearm shot. Kerry fires back with he's going to attempt a press slam. This is a choice D maneuver, choice D, so he will need 7 or lower to complete the press slam. And on a roll of 3, he got him up, over, and down to the canvas hard. Scotty struggling to his feet. Kerry stays on him. Kerry with a whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes Scotty Steiner, and he eats a big boot from Kerry Von Erich. Steiner is staggered. Kerry's on him now with a flying leg lock, and Steiner goes down. Kerry with a chance at a finish here. Kerry's going to go up for a death jump. But on a roll of 3, just like we saw in the previous match, Kerry comes off the top rope with an awesome cross body block. Scotty rolls through and covers Kerry. The pin roll on Kerry here is 6 or lower. And on a roll of 5, he got him. Wow. Just like we saw Mr. Saito. It is Scotty Steiner pulling the same move on Kerry. And Scotty pins Kerry. And the Steiner brothers will head to Philadelphia for another shot at the Midnight Express. Definitely the match of the night, maybe the best match we've seen all month. Probably not match of the year since it's, only a number 1 contenders match and not a match of, the magnitude of a world championship match or a blow off of a big feud or anything like that. But definitely one of the most competitive main events we've seen this year. as Scotty gets the pinfall over KERRY after rolling through a death jump. So both of our tag team matches had the same finish tonight. With the with a roll through of the death jump. Who says lightning can't strike in the same place twice? It did here tonight in Orlando for your winners in the main event. And once again, #1 contenders for the NWA World Tag Team Championship. Handshakes being exchanged all around once again. A good laugh being shared by the Steiners after biting both after Rick bit both the Von Erich brothers on the forehead. But at the end of the night, it was KERRY who went for broke. His gamble did not pay off as Scotty alertly rolled through the death jump and covered his man for the 3 count. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for tuning in here tonight. Great crowd here tonight. We'll be back next week. What is going on next week? Next week it will be Pro Wrestling Mid-America. And it will be the Pro Wrestling Mid-America Tag Team Championship on the line. Best 2 out of 3 falls. As the Vachon brothers, the Butcher Paul Vachon, the Mad Dog Maurice Vachon, settle the score once and for all against the team of Wilbur Snyder and Danny Hodge in your main event. We need a good feud match to add to that show. Who's feuding in Pro Wrestling Mid-America? We've got Ronnie Garvin and Jerry Graham feuding. That might be a decent match. Oh, but even better, we'll have a great main event next week with the secondary title, the Lone Star Heavyweight Championship, Kevin Steen against Ron Garvin. So yeah, Ron Garvin will be on the card next week. He can either have a grudge match against Eddie Graham or a title match against Kevin Steen. I think we'll go for the title match against Steen. That's probably the money match. So yeah. Tag Team Championships, Lone Star Heavyweight Championship next week. Of course, tomorrow morning, Sunday morning, is My Journey with Jesus. We'll be talking about Christian principles of financial management on tomorrow's My Journey with Jesus for those of you who are so inclined. Salvador America, JT 2.0 Alternate Timeline Sports, Al Red Sox fan, Neil Lau, the #1 fan of the Heartland, Mark Ferguson, my man. Who else did we miss? David Cheslinski, Jim Lawrence, here earlier tonight, Bear 805, Derek Bauman, Jeff Stafford. To everybody who tuned in tonight in the chat room, to everybody who watched quietly from the upper deck, and everybody who is checking this out on the replay, thank you all for tuning in. That's our stream, and I am out of here.